Hey, what are you doing over here?
What do you mean? That's all we're filming, isn't
sit
it?
over here now, come on. Oops. Hey, welcome to the Grifford Show with your first of 2 big movie reviews this weekend. Today we'll be looking at 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Josh will give you more details.
3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is written and directed by Martin McDonough, who also wrote and directed the brilliant In Bruges and 7 Psychopaths. The film stars Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell, among others. 3 Billboards is a darkly comic, hard-hitting tale of a mother who personally challenges a local police department to solve her daughter's murder by putting up 3 controversial billboards.
Okay, we're going to start off with the positives with this movie. The main positive for me, I feel, was character development, mainly of Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell, particularly Sam Rockwell. I mean, he starts off at the beginning of the movie just as a complete douchebag, and throughout the film, with help of Woody Harrelson's character, he becomes like this almost noble person. He has a complete 180 turnaround with his personality, and he becomes this totally lovable character.
Yeah, and I think as well it's done in such a rewarding way because, you know, like you said with the, beginning, you really don't like his character, and you really just, every time he's on screen you just want to punch him in the face. But yeah, as he progresses through the film, his character does build, and it is such a good way that he redeems himself. And I just think that's one of the best parts of the movie. His performance was probably the best work of his that I've seen in such a long time. So
yeah, it was like he sort of broke out of that typecast he's always had, where he's always been a bit mental in all the films he's really played in, and this one is sort of brought out this more mature character in a sense, because he's always been mental yet really immature.
Yeah,
and I just feel he's proven that he's worth as an actor in this film.
Yeah, most definitely. But I think like the main thing to take away from this movie is that if Frances McDormand does not win an Oscar, I will riot.
Yeah.
She totally deserves it. Like, she just commands the screen in every single scene she's in, and I'll just be completely shocked if she doesn't get nominated. I want her to win the damn thing.
Oh yeah, it was just such a natural performance. Like, you believed she was this woman who she was a great female character really. She was that strong, independent woman, and she was determined to get her way, which really worked.
And just the biggest part of her performance just came with the way that the biggest part of her performance comes with the way that she just verbally humiliates the residents of Ebbing, and just literally she just takes them down a peg with every slight expletive, every curse, literally just everything she says. You just can't help but laugh, even of how vulgar it is.
Yeah, she just did not give a shit. And I think that's what made her character so great, because it was just wit. She would be abused by people and she just wouldn't care. It would be straight back. It was like a machine gun with the amount of comeback she had.
Yeah, and even the humour as well. It's quite cringeworthy at times. Like there's a specific scene where a priest comes to visit her and her son, and it just starts off as such a normal conversation, and then she just goes on a monologue and completely tears the out of him. The humour is so uncomfortable and so cringeworthy, but after, on reflecting, you just think that was just so smartly written.
Yeah, the comedy itself was something I really liked, because it had perfect timing of comedy and a serious moment, like the interrogation with Woody Harrelson and Frances McDormand. It was, Frances McDormand being typically sassy, sarcastic, with Woody Harrelson trying his best to be the nice guy, which he really was. And you find out earlier on that he has cancer, and then there's a moment where it instantly changes tone, where he coughs up blood, and you can see Frances McDormand's character totally changes in that situation.
And even with her reaction, it's the reaction of the entire audience, because we're sitting there thinking, okay, this is normal, I know where this is going, we've seen stuff like this before, and then it has that big U-turn, and you just kind of sit there like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think when we were in the cinema, it was a collective gasp about it, because it just came out of nowhere.
definitely.
Which is something quite typical with his films. When he has these moments of shock, just kind of come out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa. That's what I really like about his films, is that they're not predictable, which most movies nowadays need to be, like, not predictable, especially with all these remakes and everything.
Yeah, the funny thing you say that, because I think as well as the performances, one of the best parts about it was the film's unpredictability. Like, there's so many scenes like the one we just mentioned that you can just sit there and kind of think, I know where this is going, I know where this is going to, how this can play out, all of these different scenarios, because you see them in so many other movies, but then it just completely flips the script and just changes tone completely, and I thought the film did that really well. So as well as some of the obvious amazing performances from like the main cast, there was a lot of really strong supporting roles, particularly for me, Samara Weaving.
Yeah, she wasn't really in many scenes, however, she's got a background of dark comedy. She was in The Babysitter, Mayhem, and I think that shows in her humour in the scenes. Like, she just would cut a serious, tense scene just in half. Yeah. And she was playing a stereotypical young ditzy girlfriend that an older man might go with, but she just totally made it her own.
Yeah, I thought she was really good. And it's just, like you said, she was able to cut the tension really quickly, and it was just hilarious. Like, it really was. You didn't, some of the moments you didn't want to laugh, but it was just, you couldn't help it because it was just so funny. So now we're going to get into some of the bad points that we found with the movie. So Evan, do you want to kick it off? Tell me what you didn't like about Three Billboards.
Well, the first thing that came across my mind when watching it I didn't like was there was a scene where Frances McDormand is by the billboards and this deer comes up and she starts talking to it, as if it's sort of like a spiritual incarnation of her daughter. And it's a beautiful scene. It was just ruined by the poor CGI for the deer, which I think has been a common occurrence in a lot of films, and it always seems to be a deer as well when they sort of screw up on the CGI.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be able to correct these CGI deer. When you look at the bloody Planet of the Apes movies, what they can do with animals then, and we're still getting CGI deers that look like that. But for me, I didn't find it as noticeable as it might seem. I mean, it doesn't take anything away from the scene itself, but like you say, it is kind of off-putting when you watch it. It's kind of, there's something off about it, and you can't help but notice it.
Other than that, was there anything else you thought was particularly bad about the film?
I mean, for me, it was really just nitpicks. Like, there wasn't a lot bad with this movie. Like, it's for me, it's one of the best movies of the year, and I know we're pretty early into January, but I have a feeling that at the end of this year, when we come out with a top 10 movies of the year, this film would definitely be on it. But the only negatives I can see with this film was that, one, Peter Dinklage is not in it enough. Like, he's such a tremendous actor, and he's in it at the beginning. He has quite a funny scene in a bar, and then he goes missing for a large chunk of the movie, and then comes back.
Yeah, he's sort of in it when the plot needs him to be in it.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, with Peter Dinklage, he seems to have lots of really bit parts like that, where, because obviously Game of Thrones has made him huge. Obviously.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Not physically. And it seems a shame that when he's in these films, he's only used to a small amount.
Yeah. You think he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's a waste, but when you have someone of Peter Dinklage's stature, you kind of just want to use him a little bit more.
Yeah, when we say stature, we're obviously not talking about his height.
we're not doing this on purpose. Some of his status, that's the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, so other than that, the only other negative I could find with it was that the ending was just a little bit ambiguous. I kind of wanted an extra scene, even if it was just one extra scene, to kind of sum up the movie in a nice way that I can leave and say, that was awesome.
Well, I can understand what you mean by that, but I mean, look at In Bruges, that ends ambiguously. You don't know whether Colin Farrell survives or not. I think Mike McDonagh he likes leaving it to your imagination. He likes leaving it open like that, and that's what I sort of liked about it as well. Like, it sort of came across with the movie, like lots of unpredictability really. Like, it sort of ended, but you kind of didn't expect it to end like that. I mean, it's just this calmness to it. That's what I really liked about it as well. It's just both Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell, and their characters have been at each other's throats all the way through the movie, and then they just have this moment where they're sort of together, and they're obviously going to
We
on
won't-
this mission.
We won't spoil
Yeah,
it.
they're obviously going on this mission. They decide to go on at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, actually, now you said it, I totally agree. But in the moment, I was just kind of, because as it was building up, you were thinking, right, we're going to see this happen, and then it doesn't. And it just kind of disappointed me. But again, it doesn't take anything away from the film whatsoever. Still a bloody amazing film, and you should definitely go see it. Okay, so I'm going to give my score for 3 Billboards an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as well, because I feel it's like the best dark comedy I've seen in a long, long time. So many people get it wrong, and this one's spot on. That's been our review on 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. For a more in-depth review, check out Chichester News in the link in the description below.
So have you seen the film? Are you going to go see it? Whatever your thoughts, let us know in the comments section below. And as always, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you leave us a like, subscribe to the channel for more great movie reviews, and also click the bell notification so you can stay up to date with every new video that we release this year. The next video that you will be seeing will be The Darkest Hour. Our review will be live on Sunday, so make sure you check it out. Oh, he's doing the vibe bit. Can't help but notice it.
Yeah.
Thoughts, did I? It's the first one.
Yeah.
Then I like one. They're all coming out now.
Bad and tickling.
I'm just having that thought of
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go